In 1999 I was 12 years old. I was already a huge gamer, both on console and PC. But there is one game I remember that stood out above all the rest: Baldur's Gate. It felt incredible, like bringing one of those tabletop RPG sessions with friends to life, but inside a video game. I was blown away by how huge the world felt, even though I hadn't even left the first area yet. Later, with the help of a friend, I pushed further into the story and realized you could travel across an even bigger world. My young mind was completely blown. Of course, I didn't get very far. I had no clue what I was doing, my character build was terrible, and Imoen wasn't much help either.
Hey, it's me, Imoen.
I slowly learned to dodge enemies while exploring. I saved constantly, and somehow I eventually stumbled upon a massive building, the Friendly Arm Inn. After all the struggle and running away from enemies, I found a place of peace. Not only that, the inn was full of characters you could talk to. You could recruit companions, trade, pick up quests, and hear rumors. That first arrival, for me, it was one-of-a-kind moment. Fast forward to today. For the past few months, I've been developing my own video game. It's not exactly Baldur's Gate, but the influence is definitely there. And that's why I decided to bring inns into my game, in my own style. My game is called Castaway Trails. It's a sandbox RPG where you not only have to survive, but also manage the relationships within your group. Characters can argue, fall in love, become enemies, or even best friends. Everything is based on their personalities, with a healthy dose of procedural randomness. Combat is turn-based, kind of like classic Final Fantasy, but with Dungeons & Dragons rules. As you travel, your characters get tired and hungry. You can set up camps and eat rations, but I always felt like something was missing. Inns. A place where you can hand over a few gold coins and rest properly. A place that, just like in Baldur's Gate, becomes a moment of relaxation and disconnection, when you can trade, pick up local rumors, or even recruit new party members. In Castaway Trails, I use something called nodes. Each node holds different information: a name, type, hunger and energy cost, background images, and within that information there are events. Events have a probability of appearing when you enter a node. Right now, events can trigger combat or let you recruit characters. To recreate inns, I need to expand on this system. I added a small tweak to the node event scriptable object, just a field that tells the game whether an inn should be generated. From there, I had to draw the inn itself. Luckily, I've been practicing pixel art all year with Pixel Dailies, a daily challenge where you make pixel art around a theme. On July 2nd, the theme was property, so I used it as an excuse to draw an inn sprite for the game. And now that sprite has found its place in Castaway Trails. For me, inns are meant to be a break in the game loop, a chance to breathe. The way I picture the game loop is: pick a destination, make decisions, face events and consequences, manage rewards and needs, arrive at destination. Now, inns could be simply be tied to destinations, but I think that will feel repetitive. Some destinations, like Fishing Village, make sense for an inn. Others, like a bandit camp, definitely don't. So instead, inns will appear randomly along roads. Once inside, I took inspiration directly from Baldur's Gate. You will be able to rent rooms to rest, talk to NPCs for quests and rumors, trade with the innkeeper, and recruit companions. The interface will have exactly those 4 sections. Right now I have finished the room rental section. You will have 4 options, each giving different food, and eventually I want better rooms to grant temporary buffs. For example, staying in an auxiliary room might give the character +2 to all rolls for a while. Next is trading. The structure was already there, but I had to solve issues like: what if the player's inventory is full? What if they don't have enough gold? What if they're buying and selling at the same time? What order do items get added in? Then comes the quest board and recruitment tab. For now, parties are capped at 6 characters, but I might expand that later. After setting all that up, I still had to make inns appear as events in certain nodes. Nodes can also generate decorations, sprites that are just visual. I added the inn building as one of these. But then I realized, what if the node also spawned other interactables? That doesn't make much sense. So I made it so that certain events can take over a node, preventing other interactables from spawning. With that done, the final step was to make a button that lets you enter the inn. I designed it in a sprite, inspired by Baldur's Gate entering cursor, and now whenever you hit an inn event, that button appears. At the moment, the recruitable characters, quests, and trade items in inns are fixed. The next step will be making them vary, depending on which inn you are. That relates with a difficulty system I will be working on soon. The further you travel from your starting point, the tougher the challenges get. If you stay close, you can safely learn mechanics and slowly improve your characters. Personally, I like this more than level scaling system, like the one in Oblivion, which I really didn't enjoy. But what do you think? Would you rather see difficulty scale with your level, or have different areas kept their own set difficulty? Or maybe you will do it differently altogether? Let me know in the comments, it will help me shape the system. That's it for this video, I hope you enjoy it. If you want to follow the development of Castaway Trails, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!